Hello everybody and welcome back to 1.18 Minecraft. And today I am going to be working on building the mega farm once again. So last episode I worked on building the water mechanics that will flood the entire farm. And today I am going to be working on building the last bit of the mega farm, which is the collector. And that's going to collect up all of the items and bring them into some hoppers, which then I'm going to use the hoppers to sort all the items into seeds, wheat, and potatoes. But first, I have to go grab some supplies to be able to make this. Now, I've also got all this bread that I've harvested from the farm, so I can go ahead and give it to the villagers. So we can go give this out here. You want some bread? No? Why don't you want my bread? Hey, this guy doesn't want my bread. Here, let's try and give it to him again. There we go. Alright, so they got my bread. Let's go check the blacksmith here. See if this guy is in here. There he is. Here, let's give you some bread as well. There we go. So now I can feed the entire village bread, which is the reason why I wanted to get the mega farm. So I'm going to go ahead and head to bed here, and then in the morning, I'm going to go down to the storage room, and I'm going to pick up all the supplies that I need to make this sorting system. So to make this sorting system, you're going to need a few things. I'm going to go ahead and start off with making the hoppers. So I'm going to make 8 hoppers to start off with. But we're also going to need 3 redstone repeaters, 3 redstone comparators, and also 3 redstone torches, and then a little bit of redstone dust to be able to make this sorting system at the bottom of the mega farm. Okay, so I've just made all of the supplies that I need to make the sorting system. So now, before I head over to the mega farm, I do want to harvest up the small farms that I've got over here, because I want to get as many seeds as I can to plant in the mega farm, because I ran out of them when I was planting all of the wheat and potatoes off camera. Okay, so I've made it over here to the mega farm, and as you can see, I've planted a lot of wheat and potatoes over here already. Now, I need to be careful with jumping on the farmland here that I don't accidentally turn it into dirt. But off camera, I went ahead and hoed all of the land here. Now, the diamond hoe did break, but I did make it up to about like the top of the second one is where it broke. I was just going to use iron hose as soon as the diamond one broke, but with how much farmland is left, I'm going to just get another diamond hoe, and then after that one breaks, then I'll just keep using the iron ones. Because there's a lot of stuff here that I have to turn in the farmland. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly plant all these seeds real quick. And then once that's done, I'll go ahead and get started with building the retrieval system. Okay, so I've finished planting all of the seeds. So now I have to go ahead and dig like a little trench for where the water is going to be at. Now I marked out an area here. This is where the water ends for the farm. And I'm just going to build a little trench and put some water in it, because that's going to be faster than doing a bunch of hoppers, because having a bunch of hoppers is going to be very expensive. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig out this area, and I'm going to put water on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the other side here and start digging in the other direction. So that I can get them both to meet up in the middle. And then that's where I'm going to put the hoppers that will start the sorting system. So this should be the last little bit that I have to dig out, and the water should meet up in the middle. There we go. So this is where I'm going to be putting the hoppers. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out this area so I can actually build the sorting system. And I'm going to block up the water so it doesn't get in the way. But I'm going to need to put 2 hoppers down here instead of 1. So that way it can collect items from both sides. So I've stored up all of my items to build this in this bundle. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them here on the ground. The problem is my inventory is full, so I can't even pick up all this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and dig out this area, and I'm just going to put one of my chests down and just store a bunch of this stuff that I've got in here. And then eventually I'll get rid of that. But now I can put the hoppers down. So this block right here is where the water is going to end up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a hopper down, and I'm going to have it facing towards the chest that's over there. Now I just got rid of all my blocks, so I'm just going to use my crafting table here as kind of like a block to place this on. So I'm going to go ahead and test this out to make sure that the water will actually flow here. And there we go. So the water does flow on top of the hopper. Now I'm going to need to put the second one in here so that the items don't get stuck anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and build a second hopper that faces into the first one, because all of the items need to go through one hopper to be able to sort them. So now, to build the actual sorting mechanism, I need to now build 3 more hoppers facing towards the chest. Now that I've got these 3, I need to start digging down to put the next 3 hoppers. And I'm actually going to need to go back and get some more hoppers, because I'm going to need another 3 to actually put into the chest to sort the items. So the 3 hoppers that are at the bottom, I need to make sure I have them facing into these dirt blocks over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put those down. And now that that is set up, I can actually build the redstone before I head back and get the rest of the hoppers. Oh, right. I just let the water in. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to put your 3 comparators down like this. And that one's lit up. Oh, because there's some dirt in here. There we go. So we'll go ahead and mess around with the items later. But now that the comparators are down, you're going to need 3 pieces of redstone. 2 of them go on the block right behind the comparator, and the third one goes 1 block below it. And then you just fill this in with redstone. And because the signal isn't strong enough, it shouldn't actually activate any of the other ones. So now that I've got all of the redstone dust down, I need to go ahead and put the repeaters down, which are going to go underneath here. So I'm going to go ahead and break the blocks, and then this block right here that's right behind the redstone, I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 repeaters down like this. So now that I've got the repeaters down, I need to put in the 3 redstone torches. So I'm going to go ahead and break the blocks that are in front of them, and I'm going to go ahead and just put the torches down right here. And that is the sorting system created. So now that I've got the redstone built, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the storage room real quick and get some more hoppers. Okay, so I've just got 4 more hoppers here. And the reason why I got 4 instead of 3 is because I have to set up the overflow chest. So I'm going to need 3 hoppers to place down here at the bottom, and you can put these in any direction as long as they're connected to the chest. In this case, I'm just going to have them go straight down, but you can have them go to the side. As long as they're not like connected together, it has to go straight into a chest. So I'm going to go and put my 3 chests down here, put the hoppers going straight into there, and those are going to be the sorting hoppers that will put the items into the chest. Now the 4th hopper that I've got here, I'm going to go in and connect that up to the chest that I've already put down, and I'm just going to use that as my overflow chest. So any items that doesn't get sorted will go straight into this chest here. The only item that should go in there is poisonous potatoes, because I don't have anything sorting for that. So now that I've got all of the hoppers set up, I need to actually set up the sorting mechanism so that it actually sorts items. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to put 4 items in the last 4 slots, and then whatever item you want to sort in the first slot. And you want to make sure whatever items you put in are not going to go through the sorting system. So cobblestone should not be going through the mega farm. So that's why I'm just going to use cobblestone for this. And then I'm just going to put all the items in here. We're going to have the first one do potatoes. The second one's going to do wheat. And then the third one's going to do the seeds. And then anything that doesn't get sorted will go straight into the chest. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some wheat in here so I can go ahead and test to make sure that this works. And we should end up getting some wheat in the second chest here. Alright, so you can see that the wheat has gone through, but I didn't actually have enough for it to actually go in the chest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mess around with the items in the hopper to go ahead and boost the redstone signal. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this because this could possibly break things, but just to test it out, I'm going to go ahead and add some more items. And as you can see, the wheat did go through, so it does work. But I'm just going to leave it at one piece of cobblestone because it's just the easiest and it has the less chance of breaking. But you can add more items and it'll decrease the amount of items that are stored in the hopper. But with the amount of stuff that I'm going to be getting, it doesn't really matter because we're going to have a lot of wheat going in here anyways. So now that I've got the redstone and the sorting system set up, I'm going to go ahead and fill this area in with dirt. So that way it's all blocked up. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a quick little room for like the little storage room. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I'm just going to go ahead and create a small little room just so I can get down here and access all of the chests so that I can collect up the items from the mega farm. Okay, so I went ahead and filled in all the blocks that were down here. So now the sorting system has a nice little room. I also created some cobblestone stairs here because it's the only block that I had. And it doesn't really matter, but this goes straight up here on the end of the farm right here. And this is where the water takes all of the items, and then the hoppers go right over there, which then takes the items through here. They go in the overflow chest here if it's not being sorted, but if it's potatoes, I think it goes in this one. Yeah, potatoes is the first one, wheat's the second one, the third one is seeds. So that is the sorting mechanism for the mega farm. So now that that's done, that's pretty much the mega farm complete. And the cool thing about using the water is that the items go through here like really quick. So if I throw a piece of dirt, you can see how fast it goes into the hoppers down there. And then if I go over here, it should be in the overflow chest. Yep, there it is. Because we're not sorting dirt, it goes straight into there. And as long as I don't put any cobblestone in there, this will work fine. Now, the only thing with using the two hoppers at the bottom is that if the hoppers get filled up, because we're working with so many items, it could back up over there. And that's one thing where if you get multiple hoppers, it'll make it a lot easier. But I think it should move fast enough to where we're not going to have a problem with that. But we'll have to figure that out when I test the farm, because I haven't tested it with crops yet because they're still growing. And as you can see, they're doing a pretty good job. Like the potatoes are growing up here. A lot of them are still in like the early stage of growth, but up here towards the top, they're almost like fully grown because I planted this area first. Now, the other thing I could do to help this is get the bees and bring them over here, because if the bees fly over the farmland, they do actually help the plants grow faster. So I could move some bees over here. The only thing is I have to now set up a bunch of hives and hope that the bees don't die. It's also not the most efficient way to grow the crops, because the bees have to fly over the crops and then they also have to drop pollen on them. So it's not really the fastest thing, but it does help a little bit. I don't have any bees around here at the moment. Oh, here's one. That's why I put these bees over here by the other farm, so that they can kind of help with growing the crops. And they do it a little bit, but it's not a lot. Like, they get stuck in here all the time. It's mainly because of the fences. The thing about the mega farm is it has no fences around it, so they shouldn't have this problem where they get stuck in there. But that's going to be pretty much it for today. So I'm going to go and end the episode here, so make sure to leave a like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.